did the intro.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of EETV, where I strive to bring everything in entertainment. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury has premiered today, and this video is just a overall analysis, or not so much analysis, a review of the entire series as a whole. I will be releasing more detailed analysis on each episode, all 10 of them, throughout the course of today, tomorrow, and throughout the rest of next week, going in depth of what we've seen, what character development we've seen from the characters, and so on. But this video is just dedicated for just the overall review of the entire 10 episodes. Well, I thought it was good. I really did. I enjoyed the character development between all the characters. I enjoyed the new weapons, the new Zords, the new everything. I enjoyed the callbacks to all of the old Ranger teams. And I enjoyed how the direction of the show let the Cosmic Fury team be its own entity, and for them to be in certain situations like all the other Ranger teams were in certain situations, and they were able to just conquer all of those situations just like the previous teams without having to be rescued. So I'm glad that the creative team took that direction, that the Cosmic Fury team were able to prove themselves, so to say, just like all the other Ranger teams, that they could get the job done. Well, spoilers ahead for anybody who haven't watched it yet, so let's begin. The series was good. I enjoyed how they did all the callbacks to the previous seasons. I'll mention the nostalgia first, but they did not go overboard with the nostalgia, which was great. The show Power Rangers Cosmic Fury was not held down by the chains of nostalgia. I'll put it like that. We got enough callbacks to all the previous seasons without it being overboard, which is well and good. And it was allowed to be its own entity, which was even a plus, because, like I said before, they were able to show that they got the job done, and it didn't need to be necessarily rescued by older teams with more experience. So that was great. Also, what I enjoyed the fact that Ollie was not evil for just like 2 episodes and they were able to rescue him. Matter of fact, every rescue attempt that they tried failed. Even so much so, when he was first turned evil, he pretended to be good in order to trick them. And they were able to find out that he was still evil and kind of stop him from completely throwing a monkey wrench into the works. But I like the fact that, it wasn't just cut in black and white and dry, that he was evil for a while. All their attempts failed, and it showed great character development in Amelia, because even though she was upset that Ollie was not with the team anymore because he was evil, she was able to shake it off and move forward. Like, no, I have to do what's best for the team, otherwise we could fall apart. I did like what they did with Zato as well. He did well. He did very well. He did very well. Zato, he is so selfless. It's not even funny. I mean, I don't want to get too far into it because it's just a review. Just to say that Zato, he was well deserved from his reward at the end. It was great. All I say about that is, if you see my previous videos, I wound up being right about Zato overall, and I'm going to leave it there. But it was great to seeing his character development and how the selfless acts, how he still continued to put the team first, even though he was in a particular situation. All I'll say about this, I'll give you a hint about it, whoever watched it. No hint. You just got to go and watch it. All right. Next thing that I love that it did, Lord Zed was not incompetent. It's easy for them to take a Y7 show and just make the villains all, funny, jokey, and with slapstick humor. No, there was a point in the show where after Ollie was turned evil and Zed knew the source of the Rangers' powers. He went straight to Earth and he took out Dino Hinge immediately. And he did it. He didn't send a monster to do it. He did it himself. He went down there, destroyed the statues, and was trying to basically take all the Rangers' head off in one fell swoop. I like that. Competent villains, not all this bumbling stuff. Because how are you going to be incompetent when a lot of these villains have been alive for centuries? I know it is possible, but we're talking about Lord Zed here. So I like that part. Another thing that I appreciated about the show was its detail. It paid attention to all the details. There were callbacks to different shows without going overboard with the nostalgia. They remembered all the lore from Dino Fury and threw that in the mix too. It was attention to all the most minute details in the show, which was great, and it helped connect all the dots. One thing that you already know, it was relegated to 10 episodes, but to help make up for that, the dialogue is what was used to explain some passage of time and to kind of connect the dots. So when you watch the show, you have to pay attention to what the characters are saying so you can understand why you didn't see certain things. And it was done in such a way where it wasn't just nonchalantly done. It was explained very well. And I'm appreciative to what the writers and the director, what they did to do this, given the amount of time and the budget they had to work with. Now, one of the gripes everybody's going to have is the CGI. The CGI is not the best in this, but once again, they're working with a budget. So from what they were able to do and what they were able to pull off and the amount of time constraint in the budget, once again, my hat goes off to everyone associated with Power Rangers Cosmic Fury because it was great. Having Billy in the mix gave me the old feels of Power Rangers Dino Thunder because he was there. He helped mentor the team. I mean, he helped Javi go through his mourning period about him losing his arm. And like I said, there's some spoilers in this, but I'm not going to go all too deep into this. Javi does not get his arm back. Let me repeat that. He does not get his arm back. It is gone. It will stay gone, and it's not coming back. It's done. I was wrong. It's not an exoskeleton. It's Y7, so they did it in such a way where it's acceptable for Y7 audiences, but the arm is gone. And his reaction to after it's gone, when he realizes it, oh my god, he goes into shock, and Mechanic has to get him off the battlefield because he's not going to be a help to anybody. Now I know what you're thinking. That happened in No Blood. Well, he inserted the Red Morphin Master staff into the altar of Zortnia, and the lightning and energy basically burned his arm off. So you can assume that the wound was colorized. So that's why there was no blood. But I like the fact, attention to detail. You see his leather jacket is ripped and he's holding the right sleeve with his left hand like, my arm. It's like, it's gone. And when the series is over with, when you get to the 10th episode, it's gone. The Morphin Masters don't give him his arm back. It is gone. And I like attention to detail like that. And it is great. And he struggles with using that arm. And I like the fact that not only Billy, but Solania helps him deal with it. And since she has experience in cybernetics, she kind of coaches him. And Billy helps coaches him too because he knows what it's like to lose something because he lost Trini. So him being there and them doing it in such a way, it was good. Now I know what other people will say too. There were certain instances in this thing where you probably would expect the actors to show more emotion, but once again, this is Y7, so you can't have them get too distraught. But there are a couple instances in here where it's like, oh my goodness, and you're wondering why this person's not completely breaking down or crying. But once again, it's Y7, so they had to kind of dial back the drama just a little bit. So you have to be mindful of that. Another thing, Amelia's transition over to the leader, she handled it masterfully. She didn't let her relationship with Ali get too distraught, and she handled that correctly. Ali, once again, being evil was great. And how he was when he was evil using his mind against the Rangers, that was great as well. And also, there was a callback to all my Q Ranger fans like myself, because the Silver Ranger was evil in Q Ranger, and since Ollie the Blue Ranger was evil in Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, just like the Silver Ranger and Q Ranger, he had added things to his costume to show his affiliation with the forces of evil. I found that attention to detail very nice. Aeon's character, his character grew. That was great to see. Izzy and Fern's relationship grew. It was great to see their relationship grow, and how Izzy had to learn not to treat Fern like a flower that was going to wilt in the sun if she was not protected every 5 seconds. So that was great. Fern showing selflessness in the face of danger, and that's how she became the Orange Ranger. That was great. And once again, Zato and what Zato did was fantastic. That was great as well. And I'm not going to make this video too long, so I will say this. The villains in this were great. If anybody associated with Power Rangers Cosmic Fury sees this, please, you have to get the Squid Ink cups. I want one of those cups, man. Those cups, I like the design. I want one of those cups. I want the Squid Ink cup. I need that cup. That's all I got to say about that. Well, the villains were great. There were no monsters a week. It felt like a movie to me, even though we went through like different episodes. It felt like a movie. It was great. Every choice they had, it was consequences to that choice, whether if it was a good or bad decision. And the ending is what you didn't like. The ending was what you didn't expect it to be, and I'm glad they took that direction. The ending was like, oh, that's different. And I kind of like it because it goes with the character of who all the Rangers are. We get closure at the ending. And I have to say this, Zordon does appear, but not in the way you think he is. All I'm saying is when you watch the last episode and you pay attention, you see Zordon is there, but not in the way that you think it is. And also, I'll say this about the ending. The ending is left open-ended just in case they want to make more, they can make more. Now, I know the reboot is supposed to be something completely different, but just in case the plan changes, it's left open-ended, and I'm glad they left it open-ended like that, because this way they can make more specials with other Ranger teams, which is great. Now, I know what you're saying, open-ended. It's open-ended in such a way there's no question mark. The series ended, and ended on a good note. We got our happy ending, but also, there is room for more. You can add more in if you want to. You can show the story from some of the other Rangers teams' perspective if you want to. And even though everything was wrapped up in a bow, they could extend the story just in case the reboot doesn't work out and they want to continue doing future seasons. So I like that. So overall, it was good. If I had anything to nitpick about, it's because maybe I wanted to see more cameos with the nostalgia. We got more so a dialogue and shown different props and other different things to get callbacks to past Ranger teams. We didn't get the actors that I predicted were going to be in here. With only David Yost was there portraying Billy, and Mechanic was there. But anybody else, no, they didn't show up, which is fine because once again, this is the Cosmic Furies team show, so they have to stand on their own. So I understand that, but what I do want, I do hope that Hasbro makes either another series that would have, or a TV special or something like how Sentai would have, and you have all the other Ranger teams and you have representatives of each team being there to tackle a certain mission. That would be nice, but I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Well, and the other thing is, I wanted more out of this. The story was sped up a little bit, but once again, I know it's not the show creators' fault because they have 10 episodes to work with. Now, had maybe 25 episodes, 24 episodes, then this would have been like, wow, this is fantastic. But they had time. I mean, it's not that it's not good, because it is good. But had they been given more episodes, this would have been like over the top, like no hands down, probably top 5 in when you're talking about Ranger seasons. It probably would have been top 5. That's all I gotta say. You know, it's good. I'll be doing a further episode analysis of each thing. Like I say in all my videos, let the power protect you. Take care, like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.